Hey y'all, so I made a pickup order for Walmart, but before going there, I needed to go to Aldi, and I thought I needed to go to the dollar store for something, but we ended up finding what we needed in Aldi. But yeah, is it just me? But I don't know. Sometimes I just try very hard not to spend all of my money at Walmart and to break it up and try to save some money by going to Aldi or something. But as soon as I got in my car, of course, the gas was low, so we needed to stop, grab some gas, and yeah, where I live, it's like a new development, or how do you say it? It's like they're developing the city. They're building onto the city, I guess. I don't know. But, it's in fucking insane the amount of traffic that is around here. It is so disgusting. Like, if you leave after 4, anytime I feel like between 4 and like 7, that 3-hour block, don't even think about trying to get back home in a decent amount of time, because it's going to take a good 45 minutes for something that would take like normally 20-30 minutes. And I guess when I say it like that, it's like, okay, an extra 15 minutes, but like, yeah, that's a long time. An extra 15 minutes is like an extra 15 minutes worth of gas, an extra 15 minutes that you could have been home doing something in the house, an extra 15 minutes that you could have been home just laying down. But anywho, we eventually made it through the light and made it into Aldi. And I did text my girl the list so that I could use my phone to record and she could use her phone for the list. But we just needed a few things, mainly like a few things in produce. I needed some bread. I was going to do the larger quesadillas, and now that it's the morning after and I use the smaller quesadillas that we already had in the house, I was thinking, dang, I really should have got those large quesadillas. But yeah, we just needed some snacks. And then after that, we grabbed some cheese. I want to make some baked mac and cheese this week, so we grabbed some cheese, and I was trying to find some green beans. Last week I made green beans, and they were the frozen kind, and I don't like the way that they taste. Like, they just don't get soft enough for me. I don't want my green bean to still have a crunch. Maybe that's how you're supposed to have it, but I don't like that shit. So came and we got the cut green beans, because I don't really like the French style green beans. 2 gallons of milk, because the kids lately, they've been kind of not eating the cereal the way that they used to eat it. I don't know what's going on. So I used to have to buy 2 gallons of milk every week, but now it seems like I can go back down to 1 gallon of milk. We'll have to see, because their habits are always changing. And I grabbed 4 more waters, because we needed more waters. I already had 3 in the house. I figured 7 should be enough to get us through the next few days until I can make it to the store again. I can't remember what else we grabbed, but it really wasn't that much. And I think it only came up to like $50. Bro, if I would have went to Walmart, this shit would have been easily $100. I feel like I could never walk out of Walmart without spending $100. And speaking of Walmart, here we are pulling up into the pickup line. And it's always a beautiful thing when I can just pull right up and I don't have to wait. So that's what we did, pulled up, and they came out pretty quickly, honestly. I didn't have to wait very long, so that was nice. So by the time we got back home, I got the kids to help me unload everything. So this is just a little bit of what I got. Some wings, some chicken thighs, and I thought I got regular chicken thighs, but those are boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I guess. Some steak, pork chops. I got scrubs because I'm starting a new job next week. We'll see how that goes. Some cheese, hot dogs, bacon. Yeah, that was the type of stuff that I didn't get, or I couldn't remember. Pasta, cereal, bunch of snacks, foil paper, lemons, because I started making my own sweet tea in the house, rice, paper plate or foam plates, bread, rolls, just a little bit of something, y'all, just a little bit of something to have some shit in the house so that I can throw some meals together. But now I'm just washing the potatoes to get them ready, because I was going to do baked potatoes for dinner. We had lemon pepper chicken, like basically lemon pepper broccoli, because I just use the same seasoning that I use in the chicken and the broccoli, and some baked potatoes, and it was simple as fuck but really good. So once I got finished cleaning with those, I just put a little bit of oil on each of them, and I made 6. There's 2 more on the other side of the counter. But yeah, just put a little bit of oil, threw a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt. And I don't use salt in my cooking very often because even here, you see how much fucking salt poured out? Oh my god, I was like, what the hell? So I didn't even put any on the last one because that was just so much to me. And I'm just like, all right, bro. So I just, yeah, dumped it. You saw what the fuck I just did. Anyways, rubbed it all in, and then I took what was left once I got done rubbing these. Oh, this is actually 5. My bad, y'all. I made 7 because it's 5 and I have 2 more on the other side. But after I got done rubbing these 5 in, I just used whatever was left on my hands and rubbed it into the other ones. I think I did put just a little bit more pepper and salt, but my hands were all oily enough to carry over to the other ones, so that was pretty dope. Wrapped them babies up, put the oven on 425, and then stuck them in there first so that they could just get going, so that by the time I made the other stuff, those would be as close to finished as possible. I mean, I believe like they were all pretty much finished except for that big one over there in the corner. Here I am cleaning out the fridge, the rest of the leftovers that were in the fridge from last week. But this cornbread, I don't know, I fucked it up. It like burned and it did not taste very good. I ate as much as I could, but the family pretty much didn't touch that shit. The barbecue chicken, like, we have a dog, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's old enough. He's still under a year old, so I don't feel like he's old enough to be like consuming human food. Y'all let me know because I really don't know. I'm just assuming. I know back in the day when we lived in the islands, our dogs and our chickens and like, you know, just like the yard animals, they ate the leftover food that we had in the house, which was that even good for them? I don't know, but they lived forever. They were strong, they were fine, they were happy. You feel me? And I feel like maybe that's what these animals are missing up here in this country, you know, culture-wise. I digress. But yeah, so it saddens me to have to throw all that shit away when, like, I can't get the family to eat the rest of the leftovers. But what am I supposed to do? Honestly, truly. The food was old. It was like days old, and it wouldn't have been good to try to give away to somebody. So I just did what I did. Threw it away. So to clean my chicken, I use half a lime or full lime, depending on how much chicken I have or how big the pieces are, and some vinegar and water. And I dump them in there, you know, let them soak for a little bit, swish them around, dump the water out like 3-4 times, and then cut off all that fucking stringy, nasty shit, all the excess fat, all the skin. Yeah, I don't like any of that. Which is funny because back when I was a kid, I used to love chicken skin. Ugh, so good. But now that like I have to prepare the chicken and I actually see what the fuck that shit look like, absolutely not. Take it away from me. So for the seasonings, I try to keep it pretty simple and just do black pepper, and I think that was onion powder. I don't think that was garlic powder, but I could be wrong. It might have been black pepper and garlic powder, y'all. But yeah, and then just a shit ton of fucking lemon pepper seasoning. I really would like to find a good lemon pepper seasoning and a good curry seasoning, but I used what I had. And I thought I was doing a little something by putting some lemon juice in there, you know, to bring up that lemon flavor. I don't know if it helped or not, but I mean, the chicken was good. But yeah, so you see, it looked like a lot of seasoning when I was pouring it on, but once I rubbed that baby in, where'd the seasoning go? Like, I can barely see the flecks, so I had to dump more. Oh, okay, so it was definitely onion powder. I had to dump more on, layer more on, way more lemon pepper, a little bit more black pepper, rub all that in again, and then it looked better. Oh, I guess I added both onion pepper and garlic, onion powder and garlic powder. Onion pepper, what the hell? And I put just a sprinkling of salt because sometimes like the food without the added salt, it tastes kind of bland, so just a little bit. See, doesn't that look so much better? Looks like it's gonna actually taste good once you cook it. There was no rhyme or reason to what I did here. I added some onions. I don't think the recipe that I found had onions, but I was like, this is probably gonna taste a little bland, bro. So I added some onions, added some butter, and I completely forgot that I fucking added butter, because now I'm thinking about it, when I made the roux, I used more butter than I should have, because I already had butter in with the chicken, but it's all good. It still came out really good. I had about half a stick of butter that I melted down, and I just added in the rest of the onions from the chopping it up from the chicken. Season this with some garlic powder and some lemon pepper. I don't think I put any black pepper in here. Let that cook down for a little bit, and then threw the broccoli on top, and then just basically let that steam for like 10-15 minutes. So good. It came out really good. Usually I do like a garlic and parmesan or cheesy broccoli. So I've never tried this like lemon pepper buttery broccoli, but baby, I'm gonna add it to the list of other broccolis, or of broccoli versions I can make, because this was really good, not gonna lie to you. Season at every step. If you know, you know. So once everything was done, I was like, that like gravy or whatever you want to call it, the juices in the baking dish with the chicken was looking real thin, honey. I was like, that is not gonna do shit for me. So I made a roux. I just did butter, like a tablespoon and a half of flour, because I didn't want it to be just super thick. Whisk that together, and then once that came together, I just poured the gravy from the chicken, or the juices from the chicken, from the baking dish into that, whisk that together, and let that go for a few minutes to thicken. So the baked potatoes, they were still pretty warm, but my girl, she wanted her cheese to be melted on top, so I had to warm that up for her. And then she said she wanted to help put everything together, or put the potato together. So here she is getting the butter, and she is a butter lover. Like, never in my life have I loved butter like the way that she loves butter. But, you know, it's her own person. So she's spreading the butter on while I'm putting the broccoli and the chicken on for her. And she didn't want any sour cream. So that's all she had. Cheese and butter, broccoli and chicken. That's what hubby's plate looked like. And then we ended the night playing board games. We played Trouble and Sorry. Oh my god, have y'all played the new version of Sorry? It is so crazy.